I graduated with business marketing and also international studies. And I love Genevieve to death. She's like the coolest chick ever. You are, and like I'm so glad that I met you because she was actually one of the first people that I met at SMU. So I'm glad that we're still going strong.
Hi, my name is Mary, and I graduated with major in finance with specialization in alternative assets. And that's it.
Even more so than that, I think the second day after I moved in, we had opening convocation where we walked through the Dallas Hall, the main hall on campus, and I didn't have appropriate clothes for that. And Genevieve, after knowing me for only 24 hours, lent me her pants and her shoes, and so I got to participate. Luckily, we were the same size. I don't think we're the same size anymore because I grew fatter and she did not. But so that again was just the true testament to who she was. I might add that I went out and bought the same pair of shoes because I liked them so much. And lastly, I wanted to add, everyone's talked about how great of a studier she is. Freshman and sophomore year, I wouldn't have studied. I would have been really lazy and just kind of given up, but because she would stay up till all hours of the night studying, as Patricia mentioned, being the alarm clock, it forced me to study at least till like midnight because I don't do past then. But so I thank you for being an inspiration and helping me get through school.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you all. I know as you are coming in, I had the opportunity to at least say hello to most of you. I'm the proud father. Since we are going to speak independently, I'm not going to refer to my wife. she will have her turn. Yeah. So now I can proudly introduce myself as I'm the proud father of Genevieve. And I think now going forward, that's how I'll be introducing myself. And his name is Genevieve. Oh, you know that young lady who got all the honors at graduation? Yeah, this is me, I'm the dad. So that's how I'll be making my introductions. But most importantly, of course, a lot has been said by my daughters. And I'll mostly be saying thank you. So first of all, I want to thank all of you here for having spared time to come and grace Genevieve's function, her graduation dinner with your personal presence. That is a sign of deep love and affection for Genevieve in particular, but also for the Luwama family. Your presence here, we do not take it for granted. We are extremely grateful that you are here, and most especially I want to thank you for the support and the encouragement that you've given Genevieve throughout the period that she's been here, her academic pursuit. Genevieve has worked consistently hard throughout her academic life, right from childhood, through the various academic institutions, back home in Uganda, and of course here you've had. I recall that when she was about 4 years of age, and this was back home, she participated in an intellectual competition for intellectually talented young kids. She was 4 years, and she emerged as the best candidate or student or young person in that competition. And she was crowned with an honor, what at the time they called it the Miss Zoom Club And she had the privilege, therefore, of sitting on the lap of the First Lady in Uganda. And we have that picture. That's how competitive Genevieve has been. And Genevieve, very grateful. Welcome to the Club of Achievers. Welcome to our club. We, your parents, we, in a small way, in a humble way, we happen to be part of that club. We have achieved in our various spheres, and we want to welcome you to that club. I jotted down some points just in case. Of course, I wish at this juncture to specifically thank my dear wife, Rose, right here, for having worked so closely with Genevieve right from her infancy when I was chasing the wind. She's always been there for Genevieve, grooming her, mentoring her, making sure that we get the kind of young lady that we have today in Genevieve. Rose, for that, I really thank you so much. Thank you for the program. Of course, I also wish to thank her sisters who have been actively involved in Genevieve's life. They've done an amazing job encouraging her, inspiring her, and I know there's been a lot of that girl talk where I'm always knocked out. And they've done it pretty well to make sure that Genevieve turns out to be the kind of person that we have before us today. I also wish, most especially, to thank Genevieve's greater family back home in Uganda and here in the United States, the cousins, the uncles, the aunties, the family friends. All of you have been there, and it's because of you that Genevieve has turned out to be what she is. Thank you very much. You've done a lot. You guys are amazingly great. Thank also Genevieve, particularly, for being a very well-mannered young lady. She's very respectful and she has a lot of humility. Please carry on with those attributes, and the sky will be the limit for you, Genevieve. Genevieve, of course, you've made us extremely proud. Please keep raising the bar higher. This afternoon, I wrote out, while one of your professors, I think, was presenting, he said, education is a turning that never ends. And Genevieve, we expect to see you raising your bar much higher. And you also continue, again, like you said, maintain your ethical values and the moral standards that you have so far exhibited. And don't do anything that you would not want your mom to know about. Yeah, that's very important for you, Jenny. My son-in-law just said a short while ago, I specifically thank all our daughters. Not only that they graduated out of school, but they are extremely competitive in this global world. And to us, that's a privilege, and we just thank the Lord for it, that these young ladies have been able to make it, and more especially to be that competitive in this global environment. I want finally to thank the Lord. He's been so good to the entire family. He has seen us through. He has blessed us abundantly with these wonderful gifts through our daughters. I have a special gift to give you, but I just wrote you a letter which I'm going to give you this evening. And you know, yeah, I don't know how many letters I've ever written to you. But the fact that I took time last night and said, what do I give Genevieve? I said no. And it was late.
She takes cash and
No, all my accounts have run dry. But I said, what I can do, and this was almost 2 in the night, or in the morning, let me write a letter to Genevieve, and just to express my happiness and appreciation for your hard effort and work. So I've written to you a letter. I think it's 1 in how many?
1.
So it's 1 in 1. I'm being told. So this is a letter to you. It will be at your option. You can read it. But you give it to Genevieve. With those few words, I thank you so much. Continue enjoying the evening. But I'll hand over to my dear wife for some say.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to repeat what other people have said. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Genevieve. Genevieve has been our baby for a very long time, and she still is our baby. As a person, Genevieve is a perfectionist, and she's very competitive. As her daddy said, when she was a 4-year-old, she was competing with, it was a talent contest for people between the ages of 12 and 4. She was the youngest competitor. And when she was going for the contest, she told everybody, oh, I'm going to be Miss Zoom Club. I'm going to be Miss Zoom Club. So I sat down with her because, you know, I knew she was going to be disappointed. She's the youngest competitor. And I told her, Genevieve, I know we're going for this competition, but, you know, there's always a first, a second, a third, and, you know, different positions. She said, oh, yes, don't you worry, Mommy, I'm going to be the first. And, you know, I tried to tell her that, no, Genevieve, she said, no, Mommy, I'm going to be the first. And she called everybody to tell them, can you come and see me becoming Miss Zoom Club? And that's exactly what happened. Now, I think when Genevieve was in 3rd grade, no, not 3rd grade, 2nd grade, her sister was the head girl of the school. And they were having campaigns for student leadership. And she told her sister that she was going to campaign for one of the positions in the school council. So her sister told her, but you're too young. You have no business being on the school council. So she said, where is it written in the constitution of the council that somebody has to be in a particular class to, you know, to join the student leadership? So she campaigned, and she was voted into power, and she was a sanitary prefect. She was in either 2nd grade or 3rd grade. So that just goes to show how competitive Genevieve is. Over and above that, in school, she was the badminton captain. Of course, they told about academically, she was always on top. What else? One thing, if anyone has been to Genevieve's wardrobe, they'll just know what a perfectionist she is. She color codes her t-shirts, her clothes, she puts everything neatly in its place. She's somebody who's fun to be with. Whatever she does, she works hard at whatever she does. When it's time for school, she works hard. When it's time to play, she plays hard. When it's time to rest, she rests. I'm just being reminded that Genevieve takes her time when she needs to get ready for anything. I say, those who live with Genevieve know what I mean. I'd like to, in a particular way, thank the SMU community. Thank you for nurturing Genevieve into the young lady she is. When Genevieve came to the USA, she was somebody who was very quiet, sometimes shy, but she's now a confident young lady. She's out there, and we're all very proud of her. In a particular way, I'd like to say thank you to her first roommate, Vidi. She's just left. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Mary, to all her other friends who are there, and in a particular way, I'd like to say thank you to Hannah. Hannah, you embraced Genevieve, you embraced our family, you came to Uganda. We had a lot of joy when we were with you, and I know it's not your function today, but when I told everybody that I was coming over, they said, the only gift that they can give Hannah is a name. So they asked me to tell you that they've given you, because you gave us a lot of joy, they've given you a name that means joy, and that name is Sanyu. Yeah. So Sanyu, thank you very much for all the joy that you brought to our family. Thank you so much for coming to Uganda, and we look forward to seeing you again. Some of her friends are not here. I'd like in a particular way to say thank you to another dear friend of hers called Patricia. Patricia is having a party right now, but Patricia has been with her, and she's really been somebody who has helped Genevieve a lot. I'd also like to say thank you to Amanda, who's been her friend from primaries, from junior school to high school and up to now. Amanda, thank you so much for coming. Can Amanda please stand up so that we know, so that everybody can see her? I'd also like to say a very big thank you to the family here in Dallas. Mr. and Mrs. Jakana, Mr. and Mrs. Walusimbi. Unfortunately, they have a wedding, so they're not here with us today. Rose, Joy, Phil, La Ruth. I'd also like to say thank you to Michael. Michael, I know when it's tax time, you're always there for Genevieve. And I know that now she's joining the accounting profession. You'll definitely be there for her. Her cousins in Houston, Josh, Natisha. Her uncle in California, Douglas and his wife Prosy. And of course, I cannot go without saying a very big thank you to a longtime friend of ours, Dr. Fred Chaze. He always flies in, he always makes time to come and celebrate with us our children's achievements. My brother Anthony, and all my daughters, Auntie Eve, thank you so much. You're always there for them spiritually, and to taking them around. And Henry, thank you to Dr. Henry and your family. Thank you too for gracing this function with your presence. And her cousins, can you please stand up? Michael and Mark. With those few words, I'd once again like to say thank you, everybody, for all the contributions you've made in Genevieve's life. Thank you very much.